Hello, I'm Inée. Today I'm presenting for you an analysis of data that was collected in Pessoa Forest Reserve in Malaysia according to the TEAM framework. The aim of this study was to measure populations of macaca nemostrina between the years of 2011 and 2014 in a 3-month sampling period. Measuring populations of pig-tailed macaques allows us insight into the behaviour and abundance of the animal, as well as the effects of human interference and natural disturbances on the observed area.
Pessoa Forest is located in Malaysia, around 70 kilometres southeast of Kuala Lumpur. It has a total area of 2,450 hectares and is often used for logging. It is surrounded on 3 sides by palm oil plantations.
The data was collected using motion-activated cameras that were set to go off during the day.
The cameras shot 3 colour photos in a row when triggered. The camera was set 10 centimetres off the ground and attached to a tree. These are some of the pictures that were captured of pig-tailed macaques.
The traps were placed in high-usage areas and close to roads used for logging.
This is a small sample of the raw data that was collected throughout 2011 to 2014. This data was then sorted and categorised according to species and dates. Over 100,000 photos were taken during the sampling periods. However, many were duplicates of the same troop of macaques, as they often showed a peaked interest in the camera traps. The data was then analysed using a one-way ANOVA table, which provides a p-value of 0.082, which is more than the selected p-value of 0.05, which means there is no significant difference in population abundance over the 4 years.
Throughout the 4 years of data collection, only small differences in population numbers of pig-tailed macaques was observed.
As you can see from the graph, the 2011 sample is the smallest. In 2012 and 13, the populations increased, and 2014 showed a drop in numbers, especially at the end of the surveying period when their numbers dropped to 0 in September.
The small amount of macaques that were captured in 2011 was due to a bushfire that had swept through the forest in the prior year. The slight variations that were seen in 2012 and 13 is due to the behaviour of this particular species of macaque, which spends most of its time travelling in large groups.
From this graph, you can see that in 2012, considerably more individuals were captured in photos. This is the expected species abundance for pig-tailed macaques. Data collected at the beginning of the sampling period in 2014 is considered within the normal parameters. However, by the end of the sampling period, there was a complete drop-off to 0 individuals recorded. This is due to a particularly long dry season experienced in that year.
Pessoa Forest is surrounded by palm oil plantations which have particularly long fruiting seasons. When the forest is suffering from a particularly long dry season, the macaques are known to migrate to the palm oil plantations and consume the fruit of the palm. To gain a better insight into the population abundance of pig-tailed macaques in Pessoa Forest Reserve, further camera trapping should be continued for several years. This will allow for a larger database and more significant results to draw conclusions from.